Start on my phone.
Well, we're live now, so happy Friday, Junior.
Hello, hello. I thought it's Friday.
It's
Hi,
Friday,
Rich.
Junior. Yeah, it's Friday, Junior. How's it going? Yeah, so we're going to be talking about jackets and sweaters. And hi, Rich. Happy Thursday to you. He said, I just sold one the second we got done here last night. Oh, that's cool. Glad to hear that.
What kind of jacket did you sell?
I think it was a sweater.
Oh, what kind of sweater did you sell? What brand was it?
Yeah, so definitely sweaters, jackets, coats, all of those are really hot right now. They're just doing really well. They're selling well, which makes sense. It's that time of year. It's December, right? December 3rd to be exact. And it's going to be cold for the next 3 months. So these items are going to do well for a while. So we just wanted to touch on a few, on a few sweaters, jackets, sweaters today, bolos. So things to be on the lookout when you're outsourcing, right? So do you want to get started, Michelle? And so, by the way, if this is your first time here, my name is Marina.
My name is Michelle.
And we like to buy secondhand items, and we like to sell them online for other people who are online shopping. And actually, it's funny. I just got back from doing that today. So when we go out and look for items, we usually refer to that as sourcing. So I left the house at about 5 hours ago. So it took me 5 hours to get today. I only got 5 items. The reason being the traffic was insane. So that's why it took me so long. And we live in Southern California where there's a lot of traffic. All right. So here we go.
That's weird that there would be traffic.
There was a lot of traffic.
Isn't there a stay-at-home order or something?
I don't really think so. I think I don't think there's a stay-at-home order. There's like a curfew, but it's between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. And then the only thing that they are suggesting now in California is the order is like don't gather over 10 people at a time. Yeah. So, but no, at the beginning of the pandemic, the freeways were super quiet. That is no longer the case. The first half of my sourcing today was empty, but then the second half, there was traffic, and it's tough. It's tough riding on that freeway with all those cars. So to answer your question, Rich said he sold the University of Kentucky Wildcats Christmas sweater. How cool! That must have been a really cool sweater.
Those always do well. Any like sports teams, jackets, or even t-shirts, they always do really well.
That's true. Yeah. So those are like items that we also love sourcing is University. Uh-oh, I hear an echo. What's going on?
Nothing.
Okay. University shirts and sweaters always do really well. But the bolos we're going to talk about today, be on the lookout for jackets and sweaters, are going to be like the higher priced ones. So if you guys have any recommendations in the chat, let us know. So hi, Bill. How's it going? We missed you yesterday. Bill said that there may be a stay-at-home order tomorrow. Stay-at-home order. Yeah, I heard on the news. I wake up every day to the news. So I go to bed really late every day, and so waking up is difficult. But you know what wakes me up real fast is the news. So Michelle will usually just like play the news, and then I'm up. I'm awake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get started. First one, Levi's. Now, these, I don't think they're unicorns. I think it's possible for you to find them. They're vintage,
cool.
Vintage Levi's, especially this one, 507XX. It's from the 1950s. I was thinking, Marina, we should do a Fun Fact Friday about Levi's because there's so much to learn about this brand.
Okay. You called it. Let's do that tomorrow. You know, and Levi's is really hot right now. Even like the not just vintage Levi's, but like just regular Levi's is doing really well now. And I think throughout the years, it's a brand that's really kept their value.
Yeah, we have been selling that one specifically. We actually sold one today, a Levi hoodie denim jacket. So I would definitely be on the lookout for anything, especially vintage for Levi's.
Yeah, that's true. So, anyway, the vintage, which is only from the 90s, not that long ago for some of us, are selling for, we have one that sold for $8,488. And then there's another one that sold for $4,850. And that was through a bid on eBay. So actually this one was from the 1950s, so that could be why. Original, it says 507. The big E, that's what you want to look for, right? Is that the tag, when you are looking for Levi's, is that the tag has a big letter E, the second letter E in Lee for Levi's. No, the first letter E, sorry, in E for Levi's should be a capital E. Yeah.
Correct. So anything, the new logo right now has a little E. So like Marina said, you got to look for the big E. Even if you go to Goodwill, I think I see myself doing that sometimes when we go to a thrift store. I would go through all the denim jeans and look for the big E.
For sure.
So certainly you could always the big E.
When it comes to items that are this old, you know, estate sales, check out estate sales, go into the closets. You know, that's where I would go. That's where I would look. The bins, you know, the Goodwill outlets.
Okay. This next one. So I initially thought this was a unicorn, but I actually saw quite a few listings of these. So any Supreme, I think we all know it's a premium brand. It's streetwear, but anything there's a collab, it's actually worth more. So if you see the Supreme and North Face collab, it's actually worth a lot. It's so beautiful. If you look at, if you could see this, it's got like I don't know what country. It looks like France to me. It's like an all over print on the jacket. And this is a pre-owned item, and it was sold for $7,500. And then the second one is a Supreme and Jordan collab, and this was sold for $355.
Yeah, definitely. Supreme is like an expensive brand, and it's popular among the young people, right?
So Bill has a comment. He said, Supreme, if you ever find it in the wild.
So is it difficult to find then? Michelle, when you were looking at the comps, were there a lot of comps for the Supreme?
Yeah, there were quite a few, yeah.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, it's out there. You just got to find it, right? We found some really good hoodie brands at a garage sale. They were selling them for like $2-3, and their values were between $50 and $100. So they are out there. You just gotta look for them, right?
Yeah, and many times, like if you know, when back then we used to go to garage sales a lot, there are people who just wanted to get rid of their clothes, and they don't know the value of their clothes.
Well, they obviously know the value, like initial value, right? Because they're expensive when you buy them at the retail store, right?
Yes.
Maybe they don't know the resale value though.
They don't know the resale value. Remember the Givenchy sweater that we picked up?
Yes.
And you know, we were like, the lady was giving us it for $20.
Yeah.
And we were like negotiating. No, we paid less.
Oh, okay.
I forgot, but we definitely paid less. But it's like, heck, I would pay $20 for Givenchy.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know, going back to what you said, they don't know the resale value.
There's a really good advice from Bill though. He says most of the items out there are fake, so you got to be careful. There's a lot of fake stuff out there. A lot, right? And they try to rip it off sometimes, or it looks exactly the same. So
yeah, I think we did a live on counterfeit items at one point, so we may want to go back and look into it.
Yes.
All right, this next one, Marina.
Yeah, this is a really good one. This is one of our favorites, and we've actually sold quite a few. Polo Ralph Lauren Sports, right? It's if you guys find any of those, it keeps its value. You could sell it between $150 and $200. So we have here one that sold. It's red, white, and blue. It's sold for $175 on eBay. It's a men's pullover jacket hoodie. I don't see the hoodie on it though. I literally don't see the hoodie.
Maybe
I just see the collar.
Oh, I think it's in the pocket. You know, it's one of
Oh,
those
maybe.
like zip hoodie.
Totally. Yeah, I could totally see that. Yes, that's awesome. It's like kind of like a windbreaker. And there's another picture here of another one that's a Ralph Lauren parka jacket. It's white. It's kind of like a short. These are not super long jackets. It's on the shorter end. It was one sold for $180.
Yes. So Bill has a side comment. He said
Yes.
the puppy is chewing on a ball. Oh.
Yeah, you can hear her.
This is what we deal with every day on conference calls. I'm like, I have to like pretend I'm listening, but I'm actually playing with a dog.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Next one, Hugo Boss. We picked up We picked up a Hugo Boss pea coat actually from a garage sale, and that one sold for $150 on Mercari.
Yeah.
Hugo Boss, you know, high-end brand. Again, there are people who want to get rid of their stuff. I remember seeing some at the thrift store too. Not a jacket, but more like, you know, like a dress shirt.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, check out to see if the dress shirts are selling, especially now. But jackets are still definitely doing well. Look, this one here, it was a Hugo Boss hoodie, actually. And it sold for $102.60 on a bid on eBay. There's another hoodie that sold for $114.95. That one was brand new. You know, we're trying to talk about items that are pre-owned, not brand new, because brand new always holds its value, like, I think pretty well. But it's always surprising to see like secondhand items that hold their value. So that's kind of what we wanted to talk about today. Because, you know, if you're outsourcing, you're going to go through jackets. So might as well check out the ones that are going to be flipped for over $100 so you can make some good profits.
That's right. And speaking of Hugo Boss, I remember in the beginning of our reselling journey, I picked up a pair of Hugo Boss pants. They were red. Like, who would wear red pants? They were sold the next week.
This brand sells quickly. It will not sit in your closet for a long time.
Yep. All right. This next one, this isn't an outdoor brand, Arc'teryx. This is mostly, you know, ski jackets, and they were actually my client before. I think they're based in Canada. High-end jackets. Again, I think the resale value of any outdoor jackets and brands are pretty high. North Face, you know, Bill would be familiar because we talked to him about what he sells last week. So, you know, this is one of the brands, Arc'teryx, Patagonia. What else is there? Camel? No, not Camelback. What else is there, Marina? Do you know any outdoor?
I don't know. I'm not, because we live in Southern California, so here the weather, you don't need a jacket all year long. So
yeah,
I have no idea.
Montclair is a good one.
Yeah.
Ether Apparel is a good one. So, you know, outdoor jackets, always be on the lookout for those.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so this one here is called Chrome Hearts. There's actually one that sold that was leather it was a hoodie, and actually it's a hoodie with leather patchwork is what it is. And the patchwork, it looks like it's like blue crosses, and it's like it's got a ton of them on the sleeves and one on the hoodie part. It sold for $3,000. There's another hoodie, and this one is cashmere. It's possible that first hoodie was cashmere also. Anyway, it has the cross on the hoodie. It's gray. It's an extra large. It's pre-owned. Sold for $2,000. And sorry, the first one that sold was actually new, listed as brand new. So Montbell, Pendleton, Montbell, Patagucci. which is the nickname for Patagonia, right? So
Oh, I see.
these
Now
are the
I get
different
it.
ones.
That's funny.
Yeah. So were there a lot of those listings, Michelle, Chrome Hearts?
There were quite a few, yeah.
So be on the
I
lookout for those really cute hoodies with patchwork that's made out of leather, crosses, right? Like the like a cross, like a fancy you know, kind of like
Gothic,
Gothic. There
Gothic,
you go.
yeah.
Gothic cross. You can make a couple grand on that.
Yeah. Okay, this next one. This is called Off-White C backslash O or forward slash O. I've never heard of this brand, but apparently it's quite popular. It's called Off-White. And over here we've got two of them. One is sort of like a military camel jacket with patches all over it, and this was sold for $329. This is pre-owned. And we've got another one that's very stylish. It's a puffy jacket with white stripes on the sleeves, and this was sold for $300.
Yeah, so this is definitely a really expensive brand. But while you're sourcing, you want to look for really unique designs on the jackets. You're not going to find like plain stuff when it comes to Off-White. Their style really stands out. And so yeah, so be on the lookout for unique designs with patchwork or different colored stripes, or just, that's what I can think of when it comes to Off-White. And they also have like shoes and clothes like pants, shirts, jackets. Off-White CO.
It's kind of like a streetwear brand.
It's a
It seems
streetwear
like.
brand for sure. Yeah, the clothes are lovely. They're just super expensive.
Mhm.
Okay, this is like a more plainish brand, but it goes for a lot of money. It's called the Elder Statesman. So there's a jacket here. It's just like one color. It looks like a hoodie, but they call it a cashmere sweater, and it's sold for $340. Yeah, so there's another one. It's a tie dye sweater. It's actually kind of cool looking. I would definitely, I think this would look good on if Bill wore it, it would look really cool on Bill. But I mean, it's so expensive. So it sold for $350. That one was listed as new, but the plain one was pre-owned for $340. So that's a really good brand there. If you run across it, you're not going to be able to tell just by looking at the item. You're going to have to check out the tag. So again, it's going to be 3 words, the Elder Statesman, and I believe it's in like cursive writing. Hi,
Cool.
Cynthia. Happy Friday, Junior. We're going over sweaters and jackets as for Bolo Thursday today. So we're trying to like target sweaters or jackets that are valued at $100 or more.
Yep. This next one, Tom Ford. I think Tom Ford. They're for me. They're known for their sunglasses. But Tom Ford is another high end brand. Over here we've got 2 jackets. One is sort of like a peacoat / military jacket. This is a parka actually, and this was sold for $983. The second one is more like a bomber, like a suede jacket. And this was sold for $700. So Tom Ford, another high-end brand. I think they look really cool.
Yeah, the Tom Ford, but you can also find like plain, like, what do you call it? Cardigans that are like, they're sharp. They're really nice looking cardigans. You could tell they're, not your cheap ones that are the Tom Ford brand that will sell for $800. So on these ones, because the design doesn't stand out too much, they're nice, but it's not like Off-White where it's like in your face different. Make sure to look at the tags because you could easily miss it when you're going through, the thrift store or if you're shopping at the bins.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Have you guys heard of the brand Tom Ford? Or the one before that, the what was it?
Off-White, the Elder Statesman.
Yeah. Have you guys heard of these brands?
Okay.
Okay, we sold one of these, but go ahead, Michelle. Let's go ahead and tell everyone about it.
So I don't know this brand personally. We don't know anything about this brand. We tried out Jomar, which is like a wholesale company. So we tried out Jomar, and this jacket was part of it. And this brand is called Barber International. I hope I pronounced that right. Barber. Um,
Yep.
and this over here, it's kind of like this is a leather jacket, and this was sold for $500. It's like a dark brown leather jacket with a collar on it with 4 pockets on it. That
Uh-huh.
tends to be their style because
Yeah.
the jacket that we sold is like a black coated, almost like leather wax type jacket, very
Mhm.
stylish, and we sold that for $160.
Yeah, it's probably just like an outdoor winter jacket that will repel the water, is what I'm thinking. But yeah, it had the 4 pockets. It sold immediately. So if you guys are interested, Jomar is actually like a thrift store, but they also do wholesale. So they can send you, you know, sweaters or jackets or whatever between, you know, depending where you live with shipping, you know, three to $10 of an item, and then you can use that to resell in your store. So that's where we first learned about this brand here, Barber.
Yeah, and Jomar, you can't pick the brands. Obviously, they just ship you whatever items they want to ship to you. And it was quite reasonable because we got the jacket for like $10, and then we sold it for like 150. So, I guess we got lucky. I hopefully there will be more of these. So we don't know. We'll see. And that's it.
Okay, so was that 10?
Yeah,
What was that last jacket? You showed some like
that's
sports
our
jacket.
meme.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Go to the meme. Okay, well, this is a cool jacket. It says, nobody knows why, but at some point in the 90s, every kid owned this jacket. Oh my gosh. Do you remember that jacket, Michelle, or did you own that jacket?
I didn't own it, but I totally remember these colors.
Yeah, this is a Charlotte Hornet, and it's like purple, white, and teal. Yeah, I mean, totally looks familiar to me. I don't, it's definitely not the style now. I wonder if young men would wear this. Actually, they might. Young men might wear this. It might be the
Totally.
style right now with young kids, like in their, high school kids or something, because it's vintage, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yes. Yeah, so that was just like something short and sweet for the Bolos. Let us know if you guys score any of the brands that we talked about today, or if you discover any new brands. We're going to go ahead and upload this on Instagram television as well. So, feel free to share your Bolos there to help each other out when we're sourcing, right? So, when we used to go to the thrift stores, Michelle would always beeline to the jacket section because jackets hold their value. You can make good money from jackets. So hopefully we're able to, yep. Bill said any team but them, Michael Jordan. Uh,
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot to mention this brand, All Saints.
oh, that's the one
We've
that, yeah, that's the one
we've
that,
we've picked up All Saints many times. This is
correct.
All Saints are not unicorns. We've picked
No, they're
up
not.
at least 3, 4 times, and we sold them right off the bat. So be on the lookout. All Saints is a good brand to look out
Yes, it
for.
is. Oh yeah, we were supposed to put that on there. We were talking about it, Michelle, when we first were discussing what to talk about tonight. Yep, All Saints, 2 words. Beautiful, beautiful clothing. Is it just for men or is it for women? No, for women too.
They have for women too, but
Yeah,
they're targeting men mostly.
they're targeting men. Yeah. So we've sold some jackets. They sell fast. And then we do have a question from Cynthia because I joined a couple lives when I was driving home today. I think there's another Bolo here from Bill. He said Dr. Martens. So they do. So do they do jackets then too, Dr.
Hmm.
Martens? Yeah, and then so Cynthia said, "What did you find today sourcing?" Yeah, I sourced for about 5 hours total. I was mostly stuck in traffic the whole time. And I got a bunch of just vintage electronics. So, oh yeah, I was supposed to put that in the stories. I didn't get a chance to. But yeah, just vintage electronics to kind of, what do you call it? What do you, when you sell something and you need to like replace
Replenish.
it. Thank you. Replenish. We need to replenish our inventory because we've been selling, we've been selling pretty consistently. So we got to replenish, right? And so Tori Bill said, Tori found the Lana shirt dress last week, new with tag. Oh, are you familiar with that? Wow, new with tag. So is that the brand name Lana? I have not heard about the shirt dress called Lana. But I did watch the video, so maybe I saw it, but I didn't know the name. I was watching the sourcing video. And Rich said, I took a walk into the antique store today. Did you buy anything, Rich? And that's okay. So always pick up Doc Martens. They also hold their value. That's a tip from Bill there. I have a tip also. It's not about bolos, but something that just kind of clicked recently is when you are selling secondhand items, especially electronics, always put in the description that the item is pre-owned. A lot of customers, we have found out, don't realize that these vintage items are not new. So you probably already do that anyway. That's one of our mistakes, so that we haven't been consistently putting that on there. We just assume people know that these items are pre-owned. So we're going to have to start doing that as well. Cynthia sold 1 pair of Doc Martens today. Woohoo! Good job, Cynthia.
Cool.
Okay, and Bill said that the Lana shirt dress was All Saints new a tag. Ooh, nice. I think I saw that actually. Yes. I made a comment on it too. And then lastly, Rich said, I found a few things. Research taught me that the antique store is pricing their items equal to eBay prices. Okay. There you go. Yeah.
That would make sense.
It would totally make sense. Yeah. Especially like, go ahead, Michelle.
Yeah. And people would save money on shipping, right? If you go to the antique store.
That's a good point. You would save money on shipping if you go to the antique store. Yeah. Yeah. So another sale from Cynthia, another success story, which is she sold a pair of Gore-Tex in Facebook Marketplace.
Gore-Tex is another great brand. Again, I think outdoor brands are really, they have a longer shelf life, if I would put it that way. That's what we noticed too, outdoor brands.
So North those are Face. Shoes? Okay.
Yeah. Gore-Tex is I believe it's a type of a material.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I learned that from my last job.
Yeah. Are they like boots, or like what kind of shoes are they?
They're shoes and they're jackets. They're like I don't know.
So it's shoes and jackets. Got it. Outdoor. Okay, cool. So that's a good brand. I didn't know about that one. Goretex. Thanks for sharing, Cynthia. So goodbye, Bill. Have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow for Fun Facts Friday. Bill does say make sure to look for ITASCA winter boots as well. What's that?
Itasca?
Itasca?
Sounds Italian. I don't know.
Winter boots. Okay, cool. Yeah, people are looking for winter boots now. So go into the thrift store and beeline to the jacket section and the winter boots section. Cynthia says, yes, Rich, agreed. The thrift stores increase the items on antiques now. Yeah, thrift stores are definitely increasing item prices as of recently. That is so true. And so Rich says he thinks he'll stick to liquidation. Liquidation is hot right now with all the stores closing. If you are also looking for another place to source, liquidation is an option. It wouldn't hurt to do that. You save a lot of time, right? And and it's a good time to do that right now. So
and maybe next Thursday we could do Bolo Thursday on boots, winter boots.
There you go. Not a bad idea, Michelle. That's a good idea. Yes. All right. Well, thank you guys again for coming tonight. We appreciate it. If you're listening to the podcast, thanks for listening. And we will see everyone tomorrow. I can't believe it's Friday. Yes, it's Friday tomorrow. And
Thank you, everyone.
Yes, we'll be doing Fun Facts Friday about the company Levi's. All right. Have a good night, everyone. See you tomorrow.